everyone in YouTube land.
Hello.
I have my lovely ladies with here is the beautiful Ro. And to her left, here's Nina Lay.
The fabulous.
The fabulous Nina.
Yeah.
How you doing, darling?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. And to her left, I have the extraordinary Miss Sylvia Alexander.
Got to get my whole name in.
We're gonna edit that out. Discussion.
I hate you so much. I can't take you serious. Anyway, welcome to my panel. My name is Renee and I am your host, and we are chatting on Unfiltered Zone. So ladies, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you guys.
Thank you so much for having us.
You're such a doll. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna get into, what's been on my heart, is these children. And what I would like to discuss is the other side of parenting. The side that people don't really like to show. You know, everyone's child is perfect. They're making straight A's. They're well behaved. They're very respectful, and they can do no wrong. You see where I'm going with this? Because if you go on social media, especially Facebook, all you see is the good stuff.
It's a fact.
My child has a 4.0. You know, they're into sports, and I'm not saying that they aren't doing that, but nobody ever wants to talk about the other side.
Right.
And
There's always two sides.
Yeah.
You have the good kid that comes home who's respectful, and then you have the kid that's away from mommy and daddy.
Yeah.
That side.
That side, yeah. They become a whole new person.
Yes.
They're not sweet, you know. They got a whole new language going on. They out there being, you know, real crazy. And it comes as a surprise to us because that's not what we see. You know, we're loving them, we're taking care of them, they're mommy, and they're cuddling with you. But when they get dressed and walk out that door, they are different. And
Devious.
Devious,
Some
sneaky.
of them. Mischievous.
Yeah.
Clever.
Yeah.
I mean, there's names that we can name.
They're straight up bad. This is straight bad.
They're bad.
But I mean, but you don't want to tell a child that they're bad because
Listen.
we don't want to hurt their personality.
See, the problem is we don't tell kids the truth.
Okay.
And the truth is these kids are bad. They different
Okay.
from how we were raised.
Of course.
We were raised in a strict family home. Then we try, as we become adults and have children of our own, we try to give that same upbringing.
Okay.
But then you have society that's putting so much negative energy out there. This is what our kids are subject to.
Okay.
And then they become different. They do things we as adults wouldn't dare try at our age. They're doing it at 13,
You're
12,
right.
11.
You're right.
They got no fear.
Yes.
They have no
They're
fear.
very fearless. These kids are not like the kids that, you know, we grew up when they said, you know, do it again and I'm gonna beat you. You know, you knew what that meant. You knew the look. You know,
the look.
Especially in church. You know, you acting up in church and your family tells you, you know, they give you that look or they give you that
Or
signal.
pinch your ear.
Yeah.
Or pinch you and squeeze
Yes.
and then dare you to cry. You know, so you don't embarrass them. But these kids are fearless because of technology. These kids are fearless because of the cartoons are different from our cartoons.
Absolutely.
You know, and it starts with what they see on TV because TV is raising our children.
Absolutely.
And we got to understand that, you know, TV should be limited because of the time. You know, somehow, some way they're infiltrating the minds of our youth through television, through technology, through videos, through this, through that, through dance moves, through anything.
Yeah.
That's how they get attached. It's like a evil spirit on your shoulder, you know. That little demon, the little angel. The angel's like, no, don't do it. But the demon's like, come on, just try. You know, the angel, it's not gonna hurt. It's not gonna hurt. Just
Because
do it.
you know, at the end of the day, like what your child presents to you is what you see, and me is being like naive with it, because at one point I was naive. I'm not gonna even lie, I was naive until I started going in my son's phone. You know, like what made me want to go on his phone is because on his birthday one day we were on a train, and he was on a train and he was doing something on his phone, and I went to go look and he locked it, and I realized he had a lock on his phone, and I'm like, oh, we don't do those. We don't do locks.
The
Not in
nerve
this house. You only
of having a lock
locking
when he
phones.
doesn't pay the bill.
So when we got home, I said to his father, oh, we need to look at Divine's phone. So his father looks, he's like, oh, I know the password. I'm like, oh, you do? He was like, yeah, I watched those when they could do it. I'm like, okay. So he goes, get his phone. We look at it, and the stuff that we seen in there, I was like in half tears. Because what my son portrayed to be in front of me, it's not what he is when he walked out the door, when he's away from me.
Totally. So let me ask you ladies, a question. Have you ever blamed yourself?
Yes.
Of course. You as a mother,
You're gonna be the first person you blame.
You blame yourself because, you know, you watch how you was raised. That's where it starts. You watch how you was raised. You watch what you were taught as a child, and what your family and what your mother or father wanted you to be. And whether you followed that dream or whether you decided to drift away or do something differently, you know the morals and the values that was instilled in you. And you try to instill those same values in your youth or your offspring, because you want them to have that same love, that same care, that same understanding that you had.
So when they're the total opposite, you start looking at yourself like,
where did I go wrong?
Especially with me, I will tell you, I remember when I was pregnant with my oldest, and this older lady stopped me, and I was like, oh, she was like, you're glowing, you're so small. And I was like, yeah, I'm doing like 2 more months, you know. And she was just like, you're having a girl. And I was like, yeah. She was like, oh, let me pray for you right now. And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, what? She was a piece of cake. What you talking about? Pray for me. Don't put that, because back then I was like God's best friend. I don't know. We kind of kicking it right now, but you know what I'm saying? We was real close back then. So I was a firm believer, and I'm like, I got God with me. Hey, there's nothing nobody can tell me. I'm straight. And I even said that I'm gonna do everything different than what my parents did. I'm gonna be her best friend, and she's gonna be able to talk to me about anything. If I could see that lady today, I would say you were right. You were right. My pride wouldn't let me, you know, have an open ear, because I just felt like I knew it all. But today, I know different. These kids, I'm telling, there's days I have cried. Like, please, just, I don't know if there's like a switch inside them that goes off when they get a certain age.
It is a certain
definitely
saying.
a switch.
And I'm sure every black child has heard this from somebody in their family. When you are a bad child, we have to look back when we were their age. You look back and you hear that saying, and it plays on you when you become an adult, now that you're a parent. And I used to always hear my mom and them say, you gonna get back everything you do.
But all right, you're right with that. But this is what I said. This is my thing. I explained to Renee the other day. Now, with that being said, me, my parents they didn't raise me. I was raised in a system, right? So when I did get old enough to go back to my parents, I was very disrespectful, very wild, you know? And I felt like it was justified because I didn't have that guidance, and I didn't have my parents there to raise me. So I was acting out. So when I had mine, I figured me being there, giving my child everything that I didn't have, the parenting would be different. My child would be different. But it's all bullshit. Like some people say, oh, it is bullshit. It is bullshit. People say, oh, you have everything. Like people, because people say, oh, you have a boy. Oh, boys are worse to raise. Or it's no worse. All kids give you trouble.
Let me tell you something.
Basically,
boys and girls alike.
I heard that boys were easier than girls.
No. And you know that's just a saying. That's the
No,
thing.
I've always heard that.
Because the thing is, people say, okay, with a girl, you gotta worry about the girl getting pregnant.
Yeah, getting her period.
And
you
then
gotta
with a boy,
explain
you
that.
don't have to deal with that because the boy can just deny it.
Yes.
No.
But then you got
Street.
gangbanging.
Yes.
You got him
Robbing.
being a bully,
Yes.
being a rapist, being
Right.
all kinds of things.
Psycho.
Wanting to have
Yes.
sex, unprotected sex, being a young
Exactly.
father.
Being a
All of that,
father.
the same thing the females go through, the same things guys go through.
It's
It's not-
there's
it's no
di-
one way to
The only difference that I believe between young girls and young boys is, genealogy. Girls have breasts and vagina, and boys have penises. But they say girls grow up faster than
They're
boys.
mature. Yeah,
And
faster
then,
than-
but you have some boys who are mature. And I'm not saying the feminine boys or the gay boys. I'm saying there are boys who they grow up fast, not because it's supposed to happen. It's just because of the time that it's in. We're not living in the times that we grew up in.
Exactly.
Our times are way different from the times that are going on
Well,
now.
what I can say about back then is that the community was more involved.
Yeah.
Because I
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Your neighbors knew your parents,
Yes.
knew your grandparents,
I knew not
your
to
uncles,
curse.
knew your aunts.
I knew not to be in no staircase or on Pebble
Right,
Beach.
But now you can't trust
I
people.
knew not to be
But
no
you
bitch.
can't trust somebody now.
But see, it's not even so much the trust thing. It's more that people don't want you to say shit to their kids or
Yes.
tell them anything about their kids.
Yes.
But you gotta know who, because if you see all the things that's going on in the news today. You got babysitting; these are close friends.
Yes.
Or women with their boyfriends, not even thinking that they would do harm to their
Yeah.
child.
I'ma go to the
you
store.
can't trust.
And you come back.
The way today's society is, we're not talking about back in the day. We're talking about today,
Now.
2018.
Now.
You cannot trust nobody. You got the kids getting abused in daycare.
Yes.
Daycare?
Babies.
But see, it's not
Toddlers.
even so much about kids being abused by their caretakers. It's more of a thing is if you see someone, like my thing is this, we all live in a neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
I live in Brownsville. And
The hood.
it's right, basically. It's a community, everybody knows everybody.
Yes.
So if you see my son doing something that he's not supposed to do, you come tell me as a
Yes.
parent and as a responsible adult, and you got a child, you want somebody to look up, come let me know, or let my child know he's doing something wrong.
Yeah.
But these days you can't do that because if
You might end up fighting.
right, you
I'm
go to
telling you that
somebody
right
and be
now.
like, well, your child did this,
You
or don't
women
tell me nothing
can't-
about my
Let me
motherfucking
tell you
kid,
something.
or whatever the case may be. So that's where the conflict comes from.
Let me tell you something. When I first moved back to New York, I think this was in 2009. I took my kids to the playground, and it was other kids cursing. My daughter ran up to me, "Mommy, they're over there saying bad words." I was like, "Well, I gotta school you. This ain't North Carolina. This is New York. Okay?
So these kids are ratchet.
It's ratchet. They are a little different. You know what I mean? And one of the little girls, she pushed my daughter. So I was like, oh, I'm used to, because I don't beat kids. So I'm used to it's real easy for me to correct somebody's child. I would do in a heartbeat, and not being disrespectful, because I don't want anybody to disrespect mine. So I simply said, that's not nice, don't do that. You guys are friends, come on, let's go back on the swing. The mother saw me saying something, and she came over and she was like, what the fuck you said to my child?
But
Now I'm just
That's
no,
crazy.
hold on.
That's
Because I'm sitting there looking like, I'm not from this hood. I got 3 of my kids with me. Now everything in me wants to smack the shit out this bitch. But I don't want to scare my kids because they're small.
exactly. And
I
you
said,
don't-
it's all right. I said, it's okay.
But
Listen, sister.
that's the woman
The
in
kids
you.
was doing, she was cursing and they was pushing each other, and I just told them, to play nice, because that's what we do. Where I'm from, we love on each other. So now she's sitting there looking stupid on her face, because I've learned that when you allow somebody to be ignorant and they gotta hear it themselves, they feel stupid.
Yeah,
But see,
because
it's-
you have to reiterate back to
Exactly.
them their mistakes.
Exactly.
And you also have to understand that a lot of these moms are the baby boomers of teen pregnancy. So
babies raising babies.
Exactly.
So their babies are basically like their siblings.
Exactly. And it's sad.
Like they're
it's
raising
sad.
each other.
They don't really know how to parent because they may not have been getting the proper parenting.
Right.
Tools in order to parent themselves. So, language to me is wonderful because I feel like a lot of times when you have a conversation with a person, it's your choice of words that can either escalate or de-escalate a situation. Yeah. So if you can pinpoint something out of a person that is ignorant, because that's the root of it.
Right.
Ignorance.
Yeah.
We're black. You're my sister. You're my brother.
Yes.
If I'm correcting your child, I'm not correcting them in a malicious way.
Yes.
I'm correcting them so that they can be better.
Right.
Yes.
So if I'm addressing that to you, I'm letting you know it takes a community. It takes a village to raise a child.
Yeah.
That's how we were raised.
But see,
but these children don't understand that.
That's
Because they're children raising children.
But see, that's why when Divine was little, you may think something was wrong with me, but I never allowed Divine to play with other people's kids. Because me being a parent that I am, I don't have the patience to try to talk and be responsible. I'm quick to pop off. So for me not to get any problems with my child and somebody's child and a parent, Divine, you play by yourself. Because kids don't know how to play nicely.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what he used to do. Play by himself. Or play with his cousins in the park. I never allowed that.
Yeah.
Because like you said, it's sad that you can't go to another parent and say, well, your kid did this or whatever like that. It's like, you can come to me and tell me my child did something because I'll get in that ass.
It's
a lot of people that's in denial.
Yeah.
Because then when
they know their child
somebody
is bad.
comes to a mother and they're disciplining their child but just verbally trying to speak something positive into their child, they feel that they're doing something wrong. Now you're trying to question my parent. What you trying to say? You gotta look at the whole picture. They're not because they're ghetto and hood. It's because they think it's somebody trying to undermine their authority and their parenting skills upon their child while their child's out there doing something. One thing I have seen that they're doing with the law nowadays, they just started this in 2018. I think it was 2017 they started, but now they're actually pushing this law,
enforcing it.
What I seen was they said that they're locking up parents if their child is bullying kids. I think that is good.
Right, it is.
Why? Because us parents don't know what the hell our kids are out there doing. I'm not teaching my kids to be no bully. Like I tell my kids, somebody put their hands on you, go tell the teacher. Now if the teacher don't do nothing about it and the child put their hands on you again, then I'll give you permission from your mother. Ain't nobody else gonna do nothing to you. Tell them to call me. There's a problem. If that teacher don't do nothing, you whip ass. You don't let nobody put their hands on you. Now the teacher's not gonna enforce the discipline on that child, then you do what you gotta do, because you ain't gonna sit there and let nobody punk your ass and nobody gonna beat your ass. It's not gonna happen. But I think it's a good thing that they're teaching that they doing this where they're locking up the parents for 24 hours. I think it was 24 hours. Because it'll make that child like, oh my God, my mom is in jail for something I did.
Wait. Yeah. But are you sure? Are you sure? Because these kids are off the hook.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. I'm not trying to go to jail.
We're not.
Because,
like I said, we don't know what our kids are doing outside of our friends. We know that we'll whoop ass, we'll discipline at home. When the kids get out there around their other peers, these kids, let me tell you something, my 6-year-old, he watches nothing but the cartoons. He watches he does the ABC Mouse. He does all this. That little boy, when he sat up there and he cursed at my 9-year-old son, and I mean he used the words in the right sentences at the right time, I couldn't do nothing but just look. I'm like, where'd you get that from? He said, oh, the lady said it at the school to the side. He said, yo, what the fuck is you doing? I will fuck you up. And I just had to turn around like, who the hell said that? Because your daddy is.
That's not funny.
And I'm like, but where would he get that from? He didn't hear me say that. And I'm like, Aiden, where did you get that from? He said, oh, the lady said it to the little boy at the school. And so I said,
and you know they have great memories.
Listen.
These kids have great memories.
Listen.
You can't promise.
They know everything in their head.
You can't promise them nothing.
Oh, no.
Mommy, you said you gave me $15 on Thursday. Tomorrow's Thursday.
Oh, mommy.
And you be
it's
like,
winter,
oh, but
mommy. You said when we go,
You
when
know
summer
what?
come, we
About
go
the
to
kids being on the
Disney
train,
World.
because
You remember that all the way from the winter?
Summer starts
hold on.
next week.
Hold on, ladies.
Summer starts next
hold
week.
on,
I
ladies.
have
Go ahead.
witnessed. I was on the train coming home from work, and I witnessed teenage kids get on the train. Now I usually listen to my headphones because I can't deal with them and
What they
mouth
talk
and
about?
stuff that they say.
Order, showtime.
Right. So
They
it's an
talk
older
about
lady.
oral sex a
So
lot.
it's an older lady on
No.
a
Teenager.
So it's an older lady on a train. So
No.
the older lady said, you keep bumping into me, and I keep telling you bumping. And she's like, bitch, I fucking said, excuse me. An older lady, old enough to be her grandmother. Bitch, I said, excuse me, your teeth is so fucking big. That's probably why you always got something smart to say out your mouth. So I took out my headphone because I'm like, so then the other kids just started getting involved. She was like, bitch, I'll slap the shit out of you. So I'm like, no, this is not gonna go on while I'm on this train.
No.
Because I don't play that. You will not slap this lady. So another guy gets up and was like, yo, I'll slap the shit out of all y'all fucking kids right now because this lady's old enough to be your mother and y'all being mad disrespectful. So now the kid's about to fight the guy that's defending the older lady. So I get up and I was like, everybody shut the fuck up on the train, and pulls out my shield. I said, all of y'all get locked the fuck up. Because for one, you're not supposed to be out here disrespecting an older lady. Talking about putting your hands on somebody. You understand? It's sad that I feel like at the end of the day, it doesn't go for all parents, but a lot of parents are not raising their kids properly.
Absolutely.
But these are
And
children. These are children.
Right, and my
They
son
have
looks
children.
at it like when I be strict on him, well, he can't go out at a certain time. He looking at me like, but or the other kids get to do it. I tell them, because their parents don't give a fuck about them.
Exactly.
And that's just the bottom line.
And I love you. And I want you to live.
Exactly.
And I tell my son that too. I tell him now at 6, I said in 10 years, you're gonna want to do stuff. You're gonna want to act a certain way. You're gonna want to be around a certain crowd. But you're gonna hate me, and I'd rather you hate me because your hate will be interpreted into love.
Exactly.
Because your hate for me will not only be hate, it'll be love because you're still alive. Because the government don't give a fuck about these kids. They don't care about them because they know these kids are fearless. They know these kids are disrespectful. Disrespect and fearlessness is killing them. Fuck you, motherfucker. I don't give a fuck. Pow, pow, pow. I'ma shoot you now, and then I'll answer some questions later. Because with you dead, there's no witnesses. With you dead, I can tell them whatever I want to tell them. I can tell them that you attacked me. I can tell them that you pulled out a knife and plant a knife on you. I can tell them you had mace and plant mace on you.
Because they're kids and people.
Because they're kids. And the parents are not letting them know, like, listen, respect will get you a long way. Having morals will get you. My great grandmother used to always tell us,
another day.
live another day. My grandmother used to tell us, what she used to say, if you give them a little bit, they'll take a mile. And it's sad that, you know, they used to say that to us, and we used to always be afraid to take the mile. Because we knew that if we took that mile, we'll be too far away from home. You know what I mean? They don't have that common sense. And then, you know, in 2018, we have to make it known that common sense is not common to everybody.
Absolutely.
What's common to you is not common to someone else. We have people coming from different countries daily in New York City. You know, New York City is a place where you can find everybody from any country, from any town, from anywhere.